How's everybody doing? Puppy Pot and Chill number 650. Got Munch here next to me, and he might get up on my lap in a second. We'll see. But for now, let's just get into some news. I'm going to take a hit, and then we're going to jump right in. I'm getting fucking tired of the left bias from mainstream media and progressive social justice warrior activists. Mainstream media has been lying to everyone, always leaning one way, favoring Dems while condemning the right with everything they did. Even if it was a good thing, the left would find a way to demonize it. Usually lying about it, to falsely beat it down. Because mainstream media and the left either lie or alter a story somehow to fit their narrative and agenda. Or they give a quick little mention of it between segments with no real reporting on it. Just another way to control the herd, like the guy that stopped a mass shooter the other day. It really happened, but nobody's talking about it, or very little is being said about it. And on the news, they're saying how bad the right is, and conservatives are gonna fuck everything up, but then you go in there and you find a viral video of a mob of people chasing down an Orthodox Jew on the street. I mean, Munch, stop. So I mean, they have this mob chasing people down, beating them up, and then some people were beat up in a restaurant. And you're not hearing, it's just, there's no real news coverage about it. Or if they do say anything about it, it's a really quick mention, and then they move on to the next big story, which is, Melinda Gates taking another billion from Bill. No. This is just an obvious video that shows the racism towards the Jewish people right now. But also, there's also things like the media aren't showing, like about China. And they're attempting to ban the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, or China's push for power over the South China Sea, or how China has concentration camps and using people as donor bodies. And they're mostly Muslim, and you just don't hear about these, and they're really happening. They're going on. All right? Hamas is shooting at Israel. All right, and now, who was it? Lebanon is now shooting at Israel. And it's just a bunch of small-minded cowards. These people chasing down these Jewish people just because they're Jewish. I mean, a lot of them have nothing to do with what's going on. I mean, almost all of them, I'd be willing to bet, have nothing to do with what's going on over in Jerusalem. I guess it feels like to mainstream media, if they don't report about it, it's just not happening. But trust me, it is happening. Even if the mainstream media doesn't report about it, or if they lie about it, it eventually will come out. It has many times. I don't know, we just don't seem to get it, but we need to pay attention, dig a little, and don't let somebody else tell you what to think. Let's take another hit. A little while back, there was a problem with kids in a middle school in Utah. Now, what could these kids be doing that caused such a ruckus in Utah? Well, apparently these kids found out that if you took a tampon, soaked it in alcohol, and then stuffed it up your keister, you could get pretty fucked up during school time without having to do anything really out in the open, so to speak. Everything was done behind closed doors. So anyway, yeah, there was a problem of these middle school kids getting high at school by stuffing tampons soaked with alcohol up their butts. Kids are amazing, aren't they? So such ingenuity should be rewarded. Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and get on up. Come on, I know you wanna. Yeah, there's Munch. Yeah, don't lick me. Don't lick me. Quit licking me. All right. Another big story that actually had to get out because all the mainstream media has covered it. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CNN. Demi Lovato is changing her pronouns, jumping into the LGBTQ social justice warrior activist game. This is the big news. Picked up by all the important, because it's so important, all this. It's very important news. This is very important. More UFO video footage is making big news, and large personalities like Barack Obama and others are stepping forward saying very intellectual things like, we don't know who or what they are, and we don't know if they're drones or not, and their movements and motions cannot be matched by us. They're so scientific and smart. Thank God for them to tell me that, because I wouldn't have been able to tell by watching the video myself. Whew, thank God. You would think that everyone is sick and tired of the riots and violence, and as soon as possible you'd think they'd, do something about it, like vote somebody in who would actually stop it, like a Republican, a conservative. But it doesn't seem to be that way. Apparently in Pennsylvania they love the violence, because in all the big cities the progressive radical lefts won. And they're the ones that support BLM, Antifa, and the riots. So it's obvious that these places like the violence. Now, do I really think that? No. I think they're just low information people that didn't know how to vote. All their life they've been a Democrat, and they don't realize that the Democrats have lost their fucking mind and are absolutely batshit crazy. So they see a advertisement for the next election, and there's a Democrat and another Democrat, but one Democrat's a little bit more energetic than the other, saying they're going to do these radical things and stop this and do that, so they vote for him. And they just voted in the same problem that they were trying to get rid of. Here's my prediction. In these places where they have a chance to eliminate a Democrat and put in anything else, a liberal, a green, grassroots, whatever, if they change and put somebody else in, the city will fare better. But if they don't, if they put in another radical Democrat, like what they did in Pennsylvania, my prediction is this. If they're not shithole cities, within a couple of years, they will be shithole cities. All right? Now, how can I say this? Well, because all the shithole cities right now are all Democrat run. And all of them have been run into the ground by Democrats. The Republican-run cities are all doing fairly well. A lot of, like Texas, when they lifted that Munch, when they lifted the mask thing. Everybody's screaming. There were so many fucking social justice warriors out there screaming about how people were going to die and it's going to be their fault. And when the deaths came, you know whose fault it was. Well, they were absolutely wrong. Go figure. The number of deaths kept dropping, and to the point where the other day Texas was actually able to report a 0 death day. Something that hadn't been done in 14 months. Yeah. That's because, the old conservatives down there are right. Time to end this. We're over the hump. We've got herd immunity, plus vaccines are rolling out. Should we wear masks? Yeah, if you think you need to wear a mask, by all means. Don't shame somebody for wearing a mask. Don't shame somebody for not wearing a mask. Let's just be smart about it. All right? And the social justice warriors out there screaming about how it's going to be death and all this. Man, step back, slow your roll, take a breath. Jesus Christ, somebody get one of those motherfuckers stoned and let them relax just a little bit. The moron that wrote the 1619 Project had their tenure removed. In other words, all their credit that they gotten for being smart and doing smart, intelligent things was just taken away from them. Because the 1619 Project is dumb as fuck. So the person who penned the 1619 Project had their tenure removed, and they were laughed out of academia because, like I said, it's dumb as fuck. It's a fake story, fake scholar. Only a moron would believe the ignorance if they actually read the paper. I got through about, probably 2/3 of it, and I couldn't take it anymore. It was so beyond. Here's the deal. It could have been mistaken for a comedy stick instead of something that was meant to be intellectual. It never got close in my eyes. I've read many papers, many different subjects. Like I said, this one was a joke. And the fact that people took it seriously is really sad. Alright? I mean, like I said, if you read it, it could be a skit for like Big Bang Theory or something. It's really dumb. So we need to pay attention. Like I said, do a little bit of digging maybe. I don't know. Just don't let somebody else tell you what to think. Alright? If something sounds a little bit off, it probably is. Find out for yourself what the truth really is. And always remember, you gotta be 21 in this state where it's legal to smoke marijuana. If you're not 21 in this state where it's legal, just don't do it. And if you think my videos are worth a shit, then share them. If you don't think they're worth a shit, delete them. Don't worry about it. Everybody be safe. Have a good day. Me and Munch, we'll do this again. I'm quite sure we've done 650. Why would I stop now? If you found anything I said intriguing, please look it up for yourself. Find out what you believe the truth to be, because that's all that really matters, is what you think the truth is. Alright. I'm going to wrap this shit up. Let's take one more hit and then I'm going to get out of here. I hope you were smoking with me and getting high with me. If you weren't, let me know. I'll take a hit for you. One more. Here we go. Peace. Stay high, bitches.